in the event, 38, in the event that we do not have an x term. So in the event that b equals 0, we can do what's called the square root method, okay? If there's no x term, we can get x squared by itself and do what's called undoing the square. We're gonna square root both sides. So let's look at this problem right here, okay? If x squared minus 49 equals 0. Now I know some of you are like, yeah, difference of squares, okay? And that's fine. But let me show you with something what we know the answer is. We know this is going to be 7 and negative 7, okay? Let me show you how to do it in a way that we wouldn't have to factor. So what we could do, isolate x squared. That means get x squared by itself. So if we add 49 to both sides, we would have x squared equals 49. Okay. Now, if we had a number multiplied to x, we divide it to undo it. If we have a number added to x, we subtract it to undo it. How do we undo a square? The square root. So we are going to take the square root of both sides. What is the square root of x squared? Not yet, because we're going to study for our final. Okay. Okay. Now, we know that the square root of 49 is 7. However, our equation is x squared equals 49. Is 7 squared 49? Yes. Is negative 7 squared 49? So we have to say plus or minus 7.
Do you get it wrong if we don't?
Yep. I mean, both. It's not right. A full credit answer would be right. Okay. Anytime you square root both sides of an equation, you have to put the plus or minus on your answer every time. Okay. Let's think about it. First of all, I'm asking what number squared equals this positive number? Well, we're always going to have a positive and a negative number that is squared to be that number. Okay. Also, we're talking about a quadratic and where it hits the x-axis. Typically, two places where that happens. Okay. So let's talk about this one right here. Okay. Yes, we could factor this by difference of squares, but we wouldn't have to. We could write this as x squared equals 16. And then what could we do? We could square root both sides. And our answer is what? Plus or minus 4. Isn't it great? We do. We do.
But this is fun.
Okay. So like, let's look at number 2. If we isolate x squared, we have x squared equals 100. So that when we square root both sides, x equals plus or minus 10. What about number 3? Obviously, it's plus or minus 5, right?
Yeah.
Why is it no solution, Peyton? We cannot have a negative under our square root. So we have no solution. In Algebra 2, you'll learn about these imaginary solutions.
Wait, why can't we have a negative?
We can't have negatives under the square root because the square root is asking for what squared is the number. Well, we can't have a number squared and have it be negative.
But weren't all the other ones like that? Like if we were to make a negative, it would have been under the square root.
No, this is x squared equals positive 100. X squared equals positive 16. Okay, so like let's look at number 4. What would we do in number 4 to help us get started?
Subtract 88.
No.
So if we're going to use the square root method, we can do so when there is not an x. So notice how we only have x squareds and constants. Okay, so we can subtract 7. And so now we have 81. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like let's look at number 7. Do we have x squared and not an x?
No. We do DCF, kind of. But then we have to divide.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can isolate x squared.
What?
Okay. I don't know. Okay. So let's talk about number 10.
X squared equals plus minus 5. I did that on myself. Divided by 2, or you multiply by 1/2, and then what is the folks about that? And then x squared equals 25. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and add 5. Then what? How do I get rid of the 1/2? Okay, so dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2.
You're a carbon bag.
Okay, so let's go back to our homework. Yes or no? This problem looks awfully familiar. Isn't this constructed the same way as number, what did we do? Number 10 that we just did?
There's a chance.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's instead of minusing 5, let's add 1. So that we have 1/3 x squared equals 6. What? So go a page backwards to our homework. A page backwards to our homework. So now if I have 1/3 x squared equals 6, how do I get the x squared by itself? Multiply by 3.
Oh wait. Because divided by 1/3. If you divide
So dividing by 1/3 is the same thing as multiplying by 3/1. Because when we multiply these together, they cancel each other out. Okay, now, if we take the square root of both sides, we get plus or minus radical 18. Hey, that's not what we got. Amelia? Yeah, we know that this is 9 times 2. So this becomes plus or minus, 3. That's the same answer we got with the quadratic formula. Isn't it so amazing? The same thing.
I bet you get the same thing if you complete the square too.
We're not there yet.
Oh, my bad.
We're not gonna touch that. We're gonna wait until
Later.
yeah. Okay, I want you to go back to our notes. And to the next page, I want you to try number 13. Okay. I have this stuff. Just right outside. Why aren't you doing anything?
I'm still doing it.
We're doing number. I zoomed in on it. Yes, number 13. Okay, you have that answer.
Why did you get it stuck in my stick?
What is it?
There's a marker.
Why do you have this?
It's mine.
So it's my marker.
I was trying to flow into it. Oh, it's almost out.
Oh. Oh, did I not? I have them right here. I'll hand it back. All right. Andrew, what did you get? Plus or minus 6, because Andrew added over the 108, divided by 3, and when he square rooted both sides, he got plus or minus. Did you get it?
No. Whoa. Check out.
Ooh, let's go to 23. This one looks cool. Hey, look at 23. So first of all, hey, and how do I know that this is a candidate for the square root method?
Oh, it is. Yes, there are difference of squares.
Not quite what I was going for, but
That's not two perfect squares now.
okay. Do you see an x term? Do you see an x term?
I see an X there.
I see an x squared. Do you see an x?
No.
Okay, that's how we know. All right. Now, if we divide, we have 100 over 36. And I know this can be reduced, but I'm not going to. Why am I not going to?
Because we're weird.
Oh, these are two perfect squares, like Peyton said. So if we square root both sides, we have plus or minus 10 over 6. Now, wasn't that fun? That was fun. Don't answer it. Don't answer it.
It was not fun. I mean, I
Yes.
didn't have to do that.
Okay. Let's go to 26. You know what? I did not even preface this with, this is our last set of notes for the year.
Yeah. You're bomb.
After our-
Oh boy, so I might actually.
Okay, this is going to be the last example that I do for you. All right, let's do it. Here we go. I'm gonna add 1, and we have 4/5 x squared equals 8. Oh my. Reagan? Yes. And it's a test. How do I get x squared by itself, Reagan? We can multiply by the reciprocal, 5/4. Oh, this is nice. 5/4 times 4/5 cancels out. And if I take 8 times 5 and divide by 4, we get, I love that.
Plus or minus?
Plus or minus 9.
No.
Try again.
Oh, wait.
No.
Radical 10. Okay, this is what I'd like you to do. Because I'm so generous.
No homework.
No, you're gonna just start your homework now. Page 40 to 41. I'll let you skip 3 problems. Skip 3 problems, both pages. No, total. Total. Hey, people, do these really take that long? Oh my God.